Iran, and even Middle East. Or the Middle East. Yeah, there are some members who became a member here and now live there, such as Dubai, the United Arab Emirates, and other Middle East countries. So I think we have to start on sharp, and so that for the people Middle East, very good, not afternoon, early morning. And today we practice the meditation from this book. This is a Japanese book recently published, and the title is A Strong Mind. I think I give you the handout. The first page is the contents, and after the second page, those are three practice themes. So first, I introduce what is happy science, and go into each practice. And in each practice, I explain the contents. It's still in Japanese, so I explain the contents of each chapter, and then I go into the practice with that theme. So first, what is happy science? Happy science is based on Buddhism, started in Japan 25 years ago. But it was a kind of restoration movement of Buddhism. What I mean restoration means, or maybe reformation. What I mean is, unfortunately in Japan, Buddhism is becoming kind of philosophy. And as philosophy they are studying, but they do not actually, even monks or nuns, they do not believe the spiritual world. But of course there is a spiritual world, and there is a spiritual world, and there is the God or the Lord in heaven. So since 25 years ago, we started education to the Japanese people what the real Buddhism is. Of course, that includes the teachings, but also before that, as a fundamental, on the basis of understanding that there is a spiritual world, and there is a God, and there is the philosophy, or there is a teachings. And we studied that, and that very understandable. And then people started to understand, and now in Japan, happy science is the most popular Buddhist teaching in Japan. And now we started the missionary work in the first mainly in the Christian countries in here, America, Western Europe, and South America. And of course people were different. Every single person believed in the spiritual world and the angels and the Lord God, and that was superb. Because we know how difficult we educate that there is a spiritual world to the Japanese people. So I and we were surprised very much. But at the same time, I heard many times they have suffering or pains because of religions. That when they call religion, that means Catholic or the Christian, even Protestants. And the most problem for them is the word, maybe that must be in the Bible, sinner in origin. And that was the most significant difference from the Buddhism. Buddhism, as a master says right now, Buddhism believes the human being, every single human being, is a child of God. Not only Jesus, but also every single human being is a child of God. And in other words, the part of God. So we believe the human being has infinite potential, and they can correct their tendency or thought if they dedicate anytime in any way, even if they have done wrongdoings and wrong thoughts in the past, they can correct. That's because they have infinite potential. That's what basically a Buddhist believes. And then in the Christian countries, because of that, they have a very, very huge pain and suffering in their deep mind, and always they judge themselves, and they repeat themselves as a sinner in origin. So we started, not that, that's not true. We are a child of God, and we can change in any way. And God, the Lord, always watching over you and loving you all the time, in every second. So after they get to know this truth, they start to love themselves more. And surprisingly, I found they start to love other people more. So generally, because they judge themselves with the same tendency, they judge the people, others, and that's that's my understanding. That's one of the big cause in Christian countries. There are many wars, and there are many killing people or the wars. They hate each other, and finally they start a war because they judge themselves in the same way they judge people and exclude people who live in other country or believe in the other religions. So now mainly I share the teaching that all the human beings are child of God and infinite potentiality, never sinner in origin, and God Himself loves you yourself. I always strengthen this message to the European Western world people. And now, as like today, we started the missionary work in the Middle East or the Muslim countries in Southeast Asia and countries in Africa. And then we just now started the missionary work in Muslim countries. So I'm actually honestly very surprised. They know the religions very much, and they know the which is right and which is wrong very sharply, and their understanding level is so high. And I'm very surprised that. So once we share the happy science teaching, they instantly grab the message of the happy science and start the teaching. So that's I believe, and I get to know, of course, Muslim countries people are also a child of God, of course. So we have no reason to fight each other. And other significant character of Buddhism is we believe in reincarnation. That's maybe a completely difference from the Christian countries. But we believe the reincarnation. So in that sense, maybe the American former President George Bush used to be a Muslim believer in the right? So Iran or Iraq or the Middle East countries, and maybe the president of Iran what's his name, Mr. I cannot say what was that Major Ned. He used to be monk in the Western countries, the Catholic churches, maybe. So if we get to know that, we have no reason to fight each other. Right? So in a way, happy science can solve all the conflicts, all the wars, all the troubles with the happy science teachings. So today we are doing the meditation as well. And have you ever done the meditation before? Okay. Maybe some of you know the real purpose of meditation, but let me explain the purpose of meditation practice. The purpose of meditation practice is to remember your true self, and remember your true self, which you never realized after you get born. And in other words, discover your hidden self. You do not discover yet. And in other words, the purpose of meditation practice is to connect to the spiritual world. So your guardian spirit is living there. There is a guardian spirit for each of you. And that guardian spirit is watching over you every day and try to protect you. But you still have a freedom in this world. So if you just ignore her voice and act as you like, of course you can do that. And your guardian spirit is back off. And if you like to do, just do it as you like. But if you change your mind and try to move forward to the path to God, instantly your guardian spirit get closer to you and start to guide again. So very important thing is to remember your true self every day and try to walk on the path to God or Lord, and determine every day. That's very important. And for that, we practice the meditation. That's the purpose. But just sit in the meditation. If I say that, I don't know what to do. So to think and remember, try to remember and try to discover yourself deeper, we use the tips or themes, like what we practice, 3 practices today, like that. We get a tip, and through those tips and clues, we can think more. And that's the style of today's meditation practice. So in that sense, actually in meditation practice, there are roughly 2 kinds. One kind is very conventional and traditional and universal way, and the second is today's one. So what I mean conventional, universal means sit and quiet. That's a very fundamental way of meditation practice, and that's very important.